Have you ever felt like everything around you is falling apart? Like the news only brings fear, the days feel darker, and your faith, the one that once held you steady, now feels fragile? If you hit play on this video, there's a deeper reason behind it. You're here because maybe deep down something inside of you is still crying out for hope. This video isn't just a reading of Psalms, it's a journey to reignite what should have never been extinguished, your faith. Stay until the end. In the next few minutes, every word will connect with you. Every verse will touch a part of your soul. And what comes next might be exactly what your heart has been waiting for. Are you ready to rediscover your spiritual strength? We live in days where fear tries to shout louder than faith. Bad news, loss, job uncertainties, illness, silent anguish. All of it weighs heavy on our shoulders. But it's precisely in moments like these that faith becomes even more valuable. Not blind or empty faith, but the kind that comes from a deep trust in something greater, something eternal. That's what the Psalms reveal. A God who doesn't just observe from afar, but walks beside us, even in the valley of the shadow of death. Have you felt like you're walking through that valley, like the darkness has no end? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes we're going to dive into words that are like shelter, refuge, and strength. Psalm 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? What a powerful verse. But stop and think, how many times have you lived as if you were alone? How often has fear won, even when you know God is with you? The truth is, when everything is falling apart, it's faith that holds the ruins of our inner world together. Faith means trusting even when you see no way out. Faith is holding on tight even when doubt screams in your ear. Have you ever caught yourself doubting even after praying? If so, know this, it's not a spiritual failure, it's human, and God understands. Now imagine a house built by a river during a storm. Everyone expects it to collapse, but it stands firm. Why? Because its foundation is solid. The same goes for our soul when it's grounded in the Word. That's exactly what Psalm 46 speaks of. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea. Take a second, breathe. Can you feel that promise settling into your life? What is shaking inside of you today? Your health, your family, your hope. God is not distant. He is a more very present help. Not occasionally, present. He is here now in this very moment through these words. Maybe you're thinking, but I've tried trusting before and nothing changed. I know. That frustration is real. But faith isn't a key that unlocks doors instantly. It's a bridge, built step by step, even when you can't see the other side. What's coming in the next few minutes of this video might be exactly the wood you need to keep building that bridge. Are you ready to hear God's voice through the Psalms? Not with your ears, but with your soul. Then keep watching, because the best is yet to come. Let's move now to Psalm 91, one of the most powerful and comforting when it comes to faith in difficult times. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Do you know what that means? That there is a place of peace even in the middle of chaos, and that place isn't geographical, it's spiritual. It's within you. It's in the silence of your prayer. It's in the moment you choose to trust, even without understanding. So here's a direct question. Where have you been seeking refuge on the hard days? In people? In distractions? Or in the presence of God? With every word of this psalm, you'll feel something shift inside of you. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. That's a promise, but listen. A promise doesn't mean the absence of battle. It means the guaranteed presence of God in the battle. That changes everything. It means that even when you can't see it, there's invisible care surrounding you. Have you ever stopped to think about how many times you've been spared from something worse? How often you were protected without even noticing? Faith is also gratitude for what God did in silence. And speaking of that, let me ask you, have you said thank you today? Even in pain, there's always something to be grateful for. If you're watching this video, it's because you still have time, you have life, you have a chance. God is still writing your story. And no matter how difficult this chapter is, the author of your life has already written the ending, and it's a victorious one. Psalm 27 ends by saying, "Wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord." That's not just a suggestion. It's a reminder. When waiting is lived with faith, it becomes strength. In the next moments, let's make a short prayer together based on the Psalms. You can repeat it softly, or just let each word sink into your heart. Take a deep breath, close your eyes if you'd like, and say this in your heart: Lord, even in the storm I choose to trust. When everything seems to fall apart, I will stand firm in you. You are my shelter, my refuge, my solid rock. Even though I walk through the dark valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Do you feel how something shifts within us when we pray with our hearts? A sincere prayer isn't a magic spell, but it makes room for God's presence to strengthen us. And now, as we continue this journey of faith, I want to remind you, you are not alone. There are thousands of people around the world facing silent pain, suffocating anguish, fears no one knows. But there's also a crowd who has found peace in the same Psalms we're listening to now. Have you thought about how this video could be a bridge for someone else? So don't just watch until the end. Share it with someone who needs comfort. Sometimes a simple click can be an act of love. Let's continue now with a deep reflection. On Psalm 34, it begins like this: I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. It's easy to praise when everything's going well, when the bills are paid, health is perfect, and the family is at peace. But praising Mas in the crisis, that's real faith. That's spiritual maturity. And here's a deep question for you. Have you been praising or complaining more lately? Be careful. What you declare with your mouth can shape what you feel in your heart. Declare life. Declare hope. Declare that even when you don't see, you still trust. And look at how beautiful verse 18 of that same psalm is. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. This is one of the most powerful declarations in the Bible. It shows us that God doesn't just draw near to the strong, the put together, the seemingly spiritually perfect. No, God draws near to the ones who cry in secret. The ones who feel like they don't have the strength to keep going. The ones who cry out in silence, not knowing what to say. Have you been there? The good news is, God hears even the silence of your heart. He is closer than you think. Now, I want to make you a special invitation. Close your eyes for a moment if you can, and try to remember a time when you overcame something that once seemed impossible. Did you remember? That thing that once crushed you has now become your testimony. That's faith in action. That's living proof that you are stronger than you think, because God was there, and He is here now too, in this exact moment. And if you're still here, watching this video, it means that there's still a work in progress in your life. It's not the end, it's just the middle of the process. And that process has a purpose. Let's go a little deeper now, bringing up Psalm 121, which says, I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. This psalm is like a breath for a weary soul. When you feel lost without direction, when problems seem bigger than your ability to handle them, lift your eyes. Look up. There's something powerful about that simple act. It's like telling your soul to stop looking only at the chaos and start looking at the one who has control over all things. You're not abandoned. You're not without help. The same God who created the mountains is the one who watches over you. And listen to this. He who watches over you will not slumber. That's right, God doesn't sleep. He's always alert, always attentive to your steps. Psalm 121 continues by saying, The Lord watches over you, the Lord is your shade at your right hand. That means He's close, very close. Even when you can't feel Him, He's there. Maybe you've been through silent nights where no one seemed to hear your cry, but God heard. He's the kind of Father who listens even to the sobs we try to hide. And the psalm ends with a powerful promise. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going both now and forevermore. Let that sink in for a moment. Your life is not random. You're not exposed. You are protected. Your steps are being watched with love, and even when you walk through fire, God walks with you. Maybe you've reached this point in the video with a heart full of questions. That's okay. Questions are not a sign of weakness. They are part of the path. Even Jesus on the cross asked, "My God, why have you forsaken me?" And yet, that same Jesus also trusted until the end. If you have doubts, take them to God. He's not intimidated by your confusion. He welcomes it, because he wants a real relationship with you, not a performance. And the Psalms show us that. David cried, questioned, shouted, fell, and rose again. Just like us. His faith wasn't perfect, but it was honest. And that's what God expects from us, honesty. Now I want to invite you to one final moment of reflection. Wherever you are right now, at home, in the car, on a walk, maybe even with tears in your eyes, I ask you, what has God spoken to you during this video? What verse touched your heart? What phrase awakened something in your soul? Don't let that feeling pass. Grab it. Let it grow inside you. And if you feel that your faith was renewed, even if just a little, share this video. Not for numbers, not for fame, but because someone out there may be going through what you've just overcome. You can be the instrument God uses to bring light to someone else's darkness, so don't hold it back. Share hope. We're reaching the end of our journey through the Psalms, but the path of your faith continues. Keep listening to the voice of God, even in the smallest things. Keep reading His Word, even when it doesn't seem to make sense. Keep walking, even when your feet feel heavy, because He is with you, always, every step. And to close, I want to remind you, you are stronger than you think. You are loved more than you realize, and your story is far from over. May the peace that comes from above embrace your heart right now, and may you never forget, God is closer than you imagine.